Hi there, here we are with another pick a card reading, and this pick a card reading is all about the month of September and the energies or the things that are happening in your life at the moment. And this reading, we have 3 cards that represent the reading for each of these piles. So we have pile 1 and we have the Bloodstone. We have pile 2 with the Sodalite. We have pile 3 with the Botswana Agate. So have a good look at the piles, see which one is calling you. And this is focusing on what is going to happen in September for you. What are the energies that are coming up in your life? September feels very divided for me. So in this, in these videos that I've already filmed, these 3 cards, the readings that are in there are really, the first 2 weeks and the second 2 weeks are very, very divided. So you'll see that when you jump into your video. You may also notice that you may be called to more than one, and use your intuition, let that be your guide, and follow that that strong feeling. I do 2 pick a card readings each week. If you like pick a card readings, please subscribe to my channel, and you'll also go into the draw to win a monthly free reading, half-hour reading with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in your reading. Hi pile 1, if you picked the Bloodstone, this is your video for the month of September and the energies that are coming up for you. Now this can be around career, family, relationships, anything really, anything that I've left it really open for Spirit to guide me and to go with the energies that the particular group needed. So your group is really quite different from all the others. You've only got 2 cards to start you off, and with all the groups I've been told that the month has with all the groups I've been told that there is a real definitive first 2 weeks, second 2 weeks. So that's really what I want to sort of go with your group and see what this is all about for you. So see what the first half of the month is about, and then the second. So the first half of the month we have Coming Apart card, and it looks like it's very based on relationship for you. So it's it could be a family member, it could be a partner, it could be a work relationship, a friendship, whatever it is for you. It's based on this friendship that feels like it's coming apart, and this won't be new to you. You will have known this has been a push and a pull that's been happening for some time. We have 2 people who don't even want to look at each other, yet we have this spark and this light. And I do want to bring another card that is to help explain the Coming Apart card a bit more. So we have the card Joy, and this sun here feels like it is the same thing here, and it feels like whatever things are falling apart or coming apart with this relationship, they're the things that are meant to come apart. They're not the things that this relationship was built on. They're not the things that you're meant to take away from this relationship. They're the things that aren't working. They're all the things that are stopping joy being in this relationship. They're the things that are causing both of you to experience upset, hurt, really kind of damaging to who you are. But there is more to be had from this relationship than what you're currently taking from it. And I just need to move that away from it. It's kind of like got to separate it. So what Spirit is telling me about this relationship is that you're feeling quite low about it in the first week. So this is really happening in the first week of September for you. This is going to sort of come apart, and it may be an emotional time for some or all of you, but it feels like you've known this is happening, that whatever the energies that surround this relationship, you've been going through this for some time. It may not have come to the surface, but it's been falling apart. It's been coming apart. And I keep saying the word falling apart. So we have another card here coming in for you, and it's in the reverse position, and it's adversity. And while adversity, if it was in the the upright position, it would be, I accept the challenge, that challenges are the best way to learn. Now, I feel there's an element of that for you in this card, but that's not the main reason this card is coming up for you. It's like a given. You know that already. And if you don't, this is just a gentle reminder, to take it in your stride, that challenges are going to be part of relationships and my learning experiences with relationships, but what this is really showing me is that there's a wedge coming between the two of you, but it's like it's necessary. It doesn't come all the way through. And again, here we've got this aspect that stays together. I'm seeing the mirroring. There's mirroring here. There was mirroring in another one of the groups today as well. There's this mirroring happening in this relationship, and at the moment that's not a positive thing. It's both of you kind of need to separate for a period of time to help reconnect with this joy, to help reconnect with this wonderful spirit, to actually sort of like reconnect with who you are separately, to come back together. Now, this is all happening in the first week for you. We've got thoughts, words, and intellectual analysis from the Wind Fairy. And what I feel there for you is do not get stuck in intellectual wordplay. Don't get into fights. Don't let your head get carried away. There's a lot of, this is really heart-based activity, but I feel like if you stay focused in the mind, it's not going to be good for you. It'll be harder work. The work will get harder. So here again, focus. We've got a lot of green coming in for you, so a lot of healing, a lot of heart healing and higher heart healing. Bloodstone, beautiful green colour. So here, this card, focus, it's really asking you to pay attention to the reason why you came together in the first place, the things that this relationship is built on, the joy, the friendship, the love, the mutual understandings, and don't get lost in the forest of all these things, trying to take your attention and your focus elsewhere. Focus has to be, really very steadily on this relationship, on the things that work, and let everything else go. I feel that this is a time of disruption for you. This first week of September, there's going to be quite a disruption for you. It's a necessary disruption, so don't fight it. Like, the more you fight the disruption, the worse the disruption has to be for you. Sounds like a really bad thing to say, but with a disruptive energy, if you can surrender and go with it and ask what it's teaching you, what the adversity is teaching you, then you'll go with that flow and you'll get the messages quicker. We have the Queen, a woman with bringing in sort of that wise, loving energy coming in. This could be someone supporting you through this situation, could be a friend, a family member again. This could be yourself reflecting on this situation. We're seeing two cups here, and cups are, they're both empty. So it's like there's a need to fill your own cup up. And I feel that's perhaps why this coming apart is happening for you. There is an element of you need to sort through your own emotions and reconnect with the things that support you, and allow this disruption to be there. I know it's not an easy thing to hear when someone tells you there's going to be a disruption. We also have, and I think I told you before, that we've got a clear division in the month. So for you don't have a second week, because I feel like this is big enough. You're going to need a bit of time. This will probably still be affecting you in the second week of September. I'm going to move everything over a little bit. Here we have the divide of the month, so it's around the 15th to the 17th. Could even be the 19th, but I feel for you it's between the 15th and the 17th. And this month for you, or your life, becomes wide open. It's like the dust is clearing. Everything, you can breathe again. You're opening up to the world. You're opening up to experiences, possibilities. You can start to see the magic of life again. You still don't feel like you're in a great situation, but you're opening up to new possibilities. I want to bring in some more energies for you here around the second half of the month. We've got Bobcat Spirit and Turtle Spirit. Again, we've got lots of green, lots of healing going on for you in the month of September. And Bobcat Spirit is about life is a mystery. And what I feel for you in these second 2 weeks is that you won't know where you're going. It will feel like it's wide open because you actually won't see the path ahead. And this is the focus of this card here too. It's about focusing really on the present and not into the future. Life is a mystery and we can't always understand what that is about. So sometimes we have to trust that what's happening to us is happening for the right reason. And this turtle energy, while it's reversed, when it's in the upright position, it's about slow and steady wins the race. For me, when the turtle's diving down, it's like you're diving further into the depth of your emotions. And while for some of you, you won't particularly like that analogy, it's kind of where you need to go. It's where you need to go. It's where you need to heal. And you've picked Bloodstone, which is all about that healing, that deep healing. So it's really, repatterning your bloodline is what I'm being told for you. And that's, there's some big work going on there. And again, we've got another card that's talking about the path ahead, saying that ahead of you there could be risk. You aren't going to know which path to take. You have to start trusting yourself. You have to know that you are being guided, even though disruptive energies don't always feel like someone's supporting you and guiding you. This is what you are being told. You are. There's risk on each and every single path. You've got to trust that you'll know which one to take. You're going to start to understand now what is your real path, okay? Perhaps the relationship as it was, in the form that it was distracting you and was not allowing you to be who you really are. Now I want to bring in a bit some more cards here for you. Yours was the last reading, and even though it's the first reading, I want to know a little bit more about what is hidden for you in the month of September, what it is that you won't see plainly. So Spirit, if you could tell us what is hidden or not seen in the month of September for pile 1, please. There we go. We have the Earth Fairy. We have physical health, grounding and foundations. Again, that's the word foundations coming up. This relationship that you are working on, it hasn't been built on the foundations that it needed to be. And it doesn't mean that the relationship ends. It is that the foundations that this has been built on were not the ones that the relationship should have been built on. Okay, they were shaky and they weren't grounded in the earth. Now, I've got another card coming out for you that is birth and rebirth. And so I feel like that's what you're going through here. You're going through a bit of a rebirth in the second half of the month. And whatever comes from it is going to be the right thing. Your foundations, your health is going to improve. Because this situation here, while it may have still been comfortable in your uncomfortableness, not very good English, but you may have been comfortable being uncomfortable. It was taking a toll on your body. it was taking a toll on your health. And that's what you weren't seeing. You weren't seeing how it was affecting you. So I just want one card. And this card is for you to sort of go on with the future. And it is happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. And while we go through periods of disruption in our lives, generally they're things we need to experience so that we can move forward in life. And if we stay stuck where we are, and if we don't allow the energy to flow, we then have things get taken out of our hands. And that's when we have these big transformation sort of periods happening. And so we've got the emotional stuff all being turned around, whipped up, churned up for you at the moment. But it's going to lead you to a place of happiness. A big month for you, pile number 1, a really big month of September. I know that there may be some challenging messages in this reading for you. Please let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the reading. If you like pick a card readings, subscribe to my channel. I do 2 a week, and you also go in the draw of winning a private reading. If you'd like a private reading, you can also find the link in the description box below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Hi pile 2, if you picked the beautiful Sodalite, this is your reading for September, for the month of September. Now today I've been guided by Spirit to separate the month out. So this card on its own is sort of holding the energies of the first 2 weeks, and then these cards here together are holding the energy of the second 2 weeks. So we'll start with the first 2 weeks first. So we have the Bone Collector here as the energy of the first 2 weeks. And I'm going to turn her up this way so you can have a better look at her. And Bone Collector has got this collection of objects around her. So there's bones, there's clocks, there's feathers, there's animals. There is some what could be light writing. Yes, there's a real collection of objects, and she's sitting in a sacred circle. Now, in the sacred circle are all the objects, and everything else around her is quite a barren landscape. Now, when this card is in the upright position, it's about you being in a wounded state. So it's kind of like you feel like you need to collect all these things around you because you are not enough inside. Now, when it's turned the opposite or upside down, I feel that's being turned on its head. So for you, I feel like perhaps that is the case, that you young, you know, when you were young, because she's the opposite of that. So she's an older wise woman. Now, the first 2 weeks of September, we're going to have the full moon, and you may watch this and it's already gone because I'm a bit late filming, but it feels like that's getting turned on its head. So it's like whatever you've been carrying from the past, and you may have been carrying your woundedness with you, and it's kind of like, it's like the wise woman is coming to you to tell you you're ready to let that go, which feels like a really wonderful thing for me and for you. It's like there is this wonderful new energy coming in, and it's coming out from the back of her head, which suggests to me that it's coming out from the back of the third eye. And it's about visioning, it's about understanding how life can be reframed when you look at it from a different perspective. Now, there are 2 more cards that go along with this, so I want to bring them in now. So when this card came out, I asked Spirit, you know, what do I need to know, or what can help me help you understand what this is about? And just checking that you can see it. So 2 more cards in the reverse position came up. So the bee spirit came in, and that's normally about family and about, working, home life, that sort of thing. And this reading can cover your work, family, friends, finances, anything that comes up in it. I've left it really open and letting Spirit direct what is important for each group. So pile 2 for you, sweet results await, and we've got that in the reverse position. And bees are very busy things. Bees are really, really busy looking after family, home, career, all the things that make our life tick over, the things that we need, that nectar that we need to keep everything going. And then we have flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. And we have that in the reverse. So to me, it feels like in the first 2 weeks of September that your life is actually going to get turned on its head. Now, I say that and it doesn't sound great, but I don't believe that it's a bad thing. The cards don't feel negative. They don't feel like there's a massive bad lesson. Use the word bad, it's like judgment, but it's not this crushing thing that comes down and crushes you. It's not this foreboding type of thing happening in your life. It's like a reorganization. It's like you finally realize, and that doesn't mean it comes easily, but you finally realize that you aren't wounded. You have everything you need. You are able to reframe and repurpose things in your life the way you want them. They don't have to be, life doesn't have to be this barren place because you've had X, Y, and Z experiences that may be very closely linked to family, which is because of bee spirit, family or career and home. These are the things that are coming up here. And we have a lot of solar plexus energy, so that real who I am in the world. And that's all being turned upside down for you. And that's a really great thing. It's what's needed, and you're going to feel so much better for it. So pile 2, in the first 2 weeks, there's going to be, maybe an uncomfortable situation or a repatterning, reevaluation, a reorganization of how you're organized in the world. And that might be you looking after other people, it might be you looking after yourself, it might be study commitments. Whatever it is for you, there's a reorganization around it and there's a letting go. So both of these here, they both have this green here that is on the bottom and it's being let go. And that to me feels like the heart energy. So it feels like whatever it was around the heart is actually releasing quite easily for you. And this is more so you've already done this work and now it's like the heart work has been done. You'll still feel a bit of a shift, but it's more along the lines of reorganizing your world. And the little mechanical section inside the bee spirit really speaks to me of you reorganizing everything to make it work. And this card here, the flamingo, is talking about embracing the in-between, but it's not in the upright position. So it's not like, yes, you're confident and capable and ready to feel those experiences. It's upside down because it's a bit awkward still, but that will be okay. Everything's going to be fine. And we've got another card to bring in to work with these energies here before we get into the second. And I pulled these cards before and it kind of, you may not believe this next card that comes up. But we again have flamingo. And we have flamingo and it's almost the same meaning. It is about being in between 2 worlds. And I feel that's exactly where you are here. You're still within the 2 worlds. And if you look at all this brightness and the colour, those colours being mirrored on, it's like perhaps for some of you, you see a situation, and it could be with a family member, a friend or a loved one, and you see a situation and it is the thing that triggers your reevaluation. It is something that's said, something that you see, and you go, oh, I can see how that works in my own life now, because I'm looking at someone else. I'm seeing it being mirrored back to me. I can understand it better, which is when this epiphany reorganization starts happening. But you can see that you're not 100% comfortable, but you will be. Because when flamingos comfortable, they're really proud of their difference. They're really proud of how brightly coloured they are, how different they are to everybody else. And this is what this wise woman here brings to you, that you are an amazing being, and it's about showing that who you are. And you see the number 1, it's about you. It's all about you. So all these things that may be around you, whether it's career, study, family, friends, home, whatever, it's actually about you. It's not about any of those things. It's about how you feel about you. And when that changes, all this stuff changes. So that's happening the first 2 weeks. So that's a lot. The second 2 weeks for you is going to be real different energy, really different energy, really kind of watery and deeply emotional. And it will make a lot of sense because you've just been through this experience here and you'll be processing it. So don't feel like you need to rush through the month of September. The month of September for you is not going to, I want to say hard work. It's not hard work. It's deep work. Now, the Magic Stream is a really awesome card. Now, this is really interesting because the third group, they also have the new moon. They also have 4 birds, which are messengers, coming and in the second half of the month. So what I explained to the other group was that I was told by Spirit that the first half of the month is one energy, the second half of the month is another energy. It's not divided into weeks. It is definitely the first half of the month and then the second half of the month. And for the other group, I felt around the 15th to the 17th. But for you, it is definitely the 18th of the month, because this is the same energy that they had, but different, completely different, but similar. What I mean by that is the birds and the time of the month. So it's around the time of the new moon. It's actually before the new moon, or around, I can't remember the exact timing. For you, this is a magic stream. There will be something significant with a 4, and this is in relation to messages around this time of the 18th, whether it's between the 17th, the 17th and the 19th. But there is a message coming in, and don't know what it is, but this for you helps you tap in to the magic stream. The magic stream is a magical place. It's not the void, but it's like the void. It's your understanding of possibility. See this here, it's like magic happens. This stream is like all abundance. It's coming, it's in the sky, it's in the rainbows, the clouds. Anything's possible with this card, is what I'm being told for you. And 18 is the sign of 9, which is a completion. So when you've done this work here, I feel like you're moving into a really different phase of your life and really working with very different energies. And this yet is really still being worked out. There's I can't see anything about this, but there is an element here of letting go. There is an element here for you of letting go of who you were. So this is who you were. And you can see this sort of, again, we've got the stuff coming out of the back of the third eye. So it is your constraints and your conditioning of who you were before. And this is the woundedness, and this is simply you processing those emotions. When I say simply, I shouldn't say that at all. This is you processing your feelings, and if you don't, you can drag them on, but if you choose to, you can actually release them and let them go. This again adds up to a 9. So we've got 2 cards of completion for you. Amazing, awesome cards. And the other card that sort of sits here and talks to us about these energies is letting go. So simply Goodness, I can't believe sometimes the word you don't want to use just keeps coming back. It's about letting go. The second half of the month, you are working through your emotions. Understand that by letting go, by experiencing the feelings that you feel, you tap into this energy here, which is, like it's like the Sodalite, because it's like the universe is here waiting for you, is ready for you to understand that it's at your command. And that just gave me goosebumps, like got really excited. Now, the other cards that are hidden for you at this time is happiness, and that's in a reverse position. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And that is in the reverse position for you because I feel like you've been challenged a little bit around the idea of feeling happy. Again, we've got the swirling emotions happening. So I think what this card is really teaching you is that there'll be times when you do have this emotional outburst, this emotional release and letting go. That's okay. It doesn't mean you're not happy because you're processing through emotions, and by doing that, you're moving on. And completion. It's like you're ticking all the boxes of what it is for you to transform into this wise elder part of yourself. Now, this wealth card is what's coming in for you, what is hidden. Again, this is another hidden aspect for you. And for me, this card is not symbolizing wealth in a financial way. This is about personal wealth and health and well-being, all those sorts of things. However, for some of you, this can mean wealth, but I'm feeling there's the water element again here. It's about you understanding that when you process your emotions, you're actually letting go of so much from your life that your whole life begins to be restructured. So the second half of the month for you is a very much internal processing. And journal, write it down, sing songs, put your music up really high and sing loudly, let it out. Swim if you can, bathe, go in the bath, and know that it's okay to let this go. Know that the happiness card will flip around, but know that there are times when our emotions are swirling because we're making great change in our life, and it's going to be the type of change that you build new foundations from. There's very much a foundational change happening here for you in the month of September. I've really enjoyed this reading for you. I'd love to hear what you thought of it and whether it rang true for you, whether it resonated with you. Thanks for watching today. If you like pick a card readings, please subscribe to my channel for more pick a card readings and your chance to win a private reading with me. Also, if you would like a private reading, you can book those in the description. Hi pile 3, if you picked the Botswana Agate, this is your pile, and it's all about the energies that are coming up for you in September 2020. So let's have a look at what's happening for you, and this can be around the areas of love, finances, family, career, anything that's coming up for you. So whatever it is that you want to focus on or to know about, this is what your September is going to bring. And the way I've been sort of instructed or told to do today's reading is the first card is the first half of the month, and these cards here are going to represent the second half of the month. And I'll be bringing in more cards. My voice has gone really deep and weird, so just letting you know. And the first card we have for you is Flying, and it's in the reverse position. So this is for the first 2 weeks of September. And this card, I love this card. It's very high vibration. There's lots and lots of rainbow colours in it, and there's a beautiful rainbow. There is also the colours, or these signs of spring, which is a lovely break in a not only seasonally but in the way we feel. So it lifts our emotions. However, for you, for the first 2 weeks, you're in the upside down position. So this card for me, when it's upside down, it's like there's so many things that you're capable of doing. There's so many possibilities. However, you're not seeing it that way. So it's your perception, your view of the world is turned upside down. While you have the ability to do a lot of things and do all this sort of magical stuff, you don't see it that way. So you're seeing, when it's in this position, you have the ability to fly over all these obstacles, the maze that we call this three-dimensional life. And when it's in the upright position, you have the ability to fly over everything. It's like everything lifts you up. And when it's in this position, it's your perception. So sometimes, I can say lots of words to mean one thing. This time, the only word they're giving me is your perception. So in other words, how you think about your reality creates your reality. So at the moment, in the first 2 weeks of September, you are creating your own reality, and you're creating a limited reality. So I've got some more cards to bring in to help us work with this energy here in the first 2 weeks. And we have orphaned, and then we have happy. So 2 extremes here. And this really, for me, supports this idea that you are capable of having an amazing, abundant first 2 weeks of September. However, there is a part of you that's feeling very lost, very wounded, very much caught in the shadows of not only your life, but of the world. So what does that mean when I say 2 different things? One is that there are the shadow elements coming up for you that to be healed. And then there's the other aspect, which is you're getting caught up in what's happening in the world at the moment. And it's making you feel very lost, and you're going within, but you're going within in the way that you feel like you're closing out the rest of the world, when that to me doesn't actually feel like it's being very successful. What it's allowing you to do, what it's causing you to do, is actually get swept up in that sort of negative fear-based energies that are really pervasive in the times that we're living in. So for me, this is you becoming lost in fear-based energies and going too much into connecting too much into the collective energies that are happening. Whereas this is actually who you feel like you are. This is when this is turned up this way. This is you. This is you standing on top of an egg saying, I can actually disconnect. I can actually be happy within myself with all this other stuff going on around me. I feel like I have to mask it, and there's, lots of mask stuff coming up all over the world. But it feels like you have to hide this at the moment, which is why this flying is upside down. Because you actually can do this. Again, my throat is going really, really deep. There are many more gifts and sort of synchronistic elements surrounding you, and your foundations are built on much more secure grounding than a lot of people who feel this, and which is what you're connecting into at the moment. You need to do this. You need to feel your own vibration. You need to show others how to live, not connect into what everybody else is connecting into. You can fly over this 3D dimensional stuff. You can fly higher than you feel that you can at this point in time. And this is nothing to hide. This is when you see people around you who are experiencing some very deep, dark emotions, when fear is coming up, when there's a lot of uncertainty, you don't have to tap into it. You don't have to be part of that. You can be you. You can be you, experiencing how you feel. There may be this other stuff swirling around you, but you don't have to go into this nest, into your home, and prepare for the worst. You can live every day and feel that you can expect the best. If you feel like you need to wear a mask in socials, out in the public, in social media, to friends and family, then do that. But I don't feel like you'll need to do that much longer, or you'll start to drop that pretense, is what I'm being told. And the little hummingbird that I'm seeing here, it's kind of like there are messengers coming on the wind for you to help you unlock your happy, 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 which will turn this into the right way. Now, I want to bring in some more cards here for you, but that really sums up your first 2 weeks. I'm going to bring in one more card. So this is for the energies of the first 2 weeks for pile 3. What is it what else do they need to know about those first 2 weeks? Forgiveness. And the forgiveness is for yourself. The forgiveness is for yourself. You feel that you're carrying a burden because you don't feel like everybody else, because you don't feel like, the world is coming to an end. It's that real Chicken Little type thing. I'm not making any judgments on what's happening in the world at the moment, okay? I'm keeping all of my judgments out of it. This information is coming from Spirit, and these messages are coming to you from love and light and nothing else. And what Spirit wants you to know is it's okay to feel exactly how you are. Forgive yourself for what you deem as the wrong thing. Forgive yourself for feeling happy. Forgive yourself for feeling like you're actually, getting somewhere in this time, that you're flying over these things, that wherever you are, and this could be with career, finances, family, study, there's a whole heap of things it could be related to. You feel like you're actually getting on top of things, and that is a great way for you to feel. Forgive yourself for having good experiences during this time. It's okay. Now we're going to move these aside, and we're going to look at the third and fourth week. Now they don't relate to the actual weeks. It's the second half of the month, and we have Golden Palace, and then we have Dragon's Lair reversed. So the Golden Palace, this will be around the time of the new moon, and this Golden Palace is about all your dreams coming true. It's a wonderful card. It's knowing the treasures that are in your life and opening up to them, seeing the wonders and knowing what's worth looking after, because there's this other stuff around you that's not worth looking after. It's worth letting go of. There's that element coming in again, that it's like a barrenness, and it's like half of this card is filled with wonder and delight, and the other half is filled with this barren vacantness, and you do not have to tap into that, okay? What your guides want you to know at this time in September is there is treasure, there is wonder, and those things are the things they want you to take notice of. We have Dragon's Lair in the reverse. So when Dragon's Lair is up this way, it's like you need to beware. You need to look out for certain things. It's like everything's frozen. There are only some avenues available to you. And it's this cold, frosty, you've got to be scared type situation. And you've got it in the reverse, so that's perfect. So what this card for me is telling you is, yes, there's going to be some challenging times coming up in September, and that feels globally, that feels located around your family, friends. And what I mean by that is not that there's any personal things happening, it's more along the lines of there's going to be a whole lot of crap coming out of all these tiny little nooks and crannies, and there is going to be this threat. But you seeing it in the upside down position is showing me that you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about these hidden agendas, these hiding. you're okay. You're seeing it in a different perspective from other people. And I want to bring in some different cards here, some other cards to help us explain these energies that are happening for you. So we have Moth Spirit. And so this is directly relating to the Golden Palace. Now, I just don't know if we're going to have enough room for the cards that I'm bringing in. And we have Spider Spirit. So these cards are related here. And so Golden Palace, they want you to know that it's time to surrender. So see all these rich colours and the gold again. We've got all these wonderful things. So like moth is... can be challenged by only wanting to go to the light, and you know, the good stuff, and get to the, and not seeing anything else. But I don't feel that's what this is. This is about surrendering now. And that, for me, that felt like a really different emphasis on what that word means, or what those two words in conjunction mean. Surrender now can mean surrender in a now moment. It can mean surrender, you know, that's the overriding idea of this card. Surrender now. They're really important words for you to get to this place, to feel this. It's time for you to let go of this barrenness. It's time for you to realize, yes, there are people experiencing this type of feeling in the world. You do not have to be one of them. That is not callous, it's not heartless. People come to experience what they come to experience. And for you, there is another thing here for you to experience. Your soul wants you to experience a different thing that is on offer at this moment, for lots of other people too. Your soul wants you to surrender now in the second half of this month, so that you can see these golden opportunities that are right in front of your face, that could actually be already a part of your life. The new moon may bring some of those to light. I'm also being shown 4 of something. So 4 is important. And I don't know what that means. So it's 4 opportunities, 4 people, 4 of something. Just take the number 4, and at the time of the new moon, in the 3rd week, I think, 3rd to 4th week of September, 4 of something is going to be an opportunity, is going to be around the number 4. So just take that as, you know, something to look out for, to see if that comes about. Then we have Moth Spirit. We've had Moth Spirit. We have Spider Spirit. Make your dreams real. And Spider is a wonderful energy about creating your own reality. So again, these cards are all pushing you or directing you into one direction. Not the band. They're about showing you that it doesn't matter what is happening around the world, that you internally and in your own world, in your experiential aspect of living on this world, you're the creator of your dreams. You're the creator of your reality. And when you realize that, you can have a very different experience from everybody else, and it's okay. You don't need to apologize for it. Now here we've got one more card to bring in to sort of help us explain Dragon's Lair, and it's about judgment. And again, I feel this heaviness weighing heavily for you in the month of September, which is you may be having a different experience than from a lot of people, and you feel like you need to hide it, you need to mask it, you need to be connecting in to this worldwide energy. You don't. That's what this time is about. This time is about the other. This time is about going within and finding the thing that unlocks your happiness, because that helps everybody else's vibrations raise. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. That card is absolutely perfect, and perfect for this second half of the month. So for me, I don't really know why Spirit asked me to do the first half and the second half of the month. And so this is the first reading that I'm recording out of the 3 of them. And so I feel like there's something that happens maybe close to the 15th, 16th, 17th, but it's the 15th or the 17th for me. And that may be on a personal level for each individual. That may only be for this pile, because I'll see, because I haven't recorded the others. But it feels like there's a split in this month. And where the split happens, the energy changes. And what happens in the second part compared to the first half, there's quite a different energy going to happen. And perhaps we go into a darker phase where there's more collectively and on a world scale to be careful of, or to, that has been hidden, that is coming out. I'm not seeing those bigger scale pictures. I'm getting little glimpses of things. But what I want to tell you is, pile 3, that you don't need to worry. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, and your path does not have to feed into the collective misery. Now, I've got some more cards coming up for you. Firstly, this one came up, and it was to clarify or help us with the flying card. Now, I just want to see if we can see that up there. I'll move some things down. So with the flying card, which is that upside down, we also have an upside down soulmates card. We also have another keyhole. Now I'm going to turn it up because I want you to see what it looks like before. I want you to see what it looks like. And here we have like 2 people, and there's the key. There's the key. So what it feels like to me with this card is, it feels like, again, it feels like this energy down here. It feels like you are connecting into the planetary or 3-dimensional dramas and the negative aspects that are happening at the moment. And it's in the reverse position. So again, we're seeing that you're creating your own reality with your soulmate as well. Because again, we have the key to the heart, we have the key to your foundations, and then we have your relationship or potential relationship, sort of going deep, but not in a good way, going into that negative way, into the sorrow, into loss before it's even happened. So what I feel with this card is that this overriding perspective of what's happening globally feels like it's weighing really heavily on your relationship. And for me, what I'm seeing is that you have the key to unlock it. So the key to your relationship and what's happening in your relationship is based upon how you're seeing life and using and not connecting into that global pandemic, the global fear, the collective fear that's happening at the moment. And it's like turning it all on its head, because you have the power to be able to do that. So I'm going to bring in the other cards for the rest of the month, and we've got the Eagle, and then we have Letting Go. And the Eagle is all about integrity, connection to the angelic realm, but it's also about flight. And you can see I've got my beautiful Isis statue watching over this reading. And for me, I feel what this is talking about for you is getting a better perspective and not getting stuck down in this way of being down here. It's about knowing that things don't have to be that way, surrendering to everything, but going above everything and seeing the bigger picture, seeing a different perspective. Eagle is so good at looking from a higher vantage point. So that's really what your guides want you to know, is that you don't have to see everything the same way that everybody else does, and to let go of the things that aren't serving you. you don't have to feel indebted, and you don't have to feel the burdens of everybody else's experiences. It's about your experiences. You need to let go of some of the stuff you're hanging on to, some of the stuff that you're picking up. I'm being told that you're actually just picking this stuff up. And a lot of us do, because, you know, during these times where there's a lot of stuff going out into the, you know, being transmitted via the press, social media, whatever it is, it's like it's, you know, you can just collect it without even trying. And your guides want you to know that in September there's a possibility that you have been doing that already, I feel. So it's about letting the stuff go that is not yours. And for me, that helps you pass through this, whatever it is that's, you know, that being on guard, being alert. It's like you're able to travel through the month without collecting more baggage. Wow, this is a really great reading for you. I love the energies that are around you, that you've got the ability to tap into. There's lots of messages from your guides here. The month of September for you is, you know, there's a lot going on, and there is a lot globally going on. I hope these messages have helped you. Please let me know in the comments below your thoughts and how you went with the messages. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up for me. If you like pick a card readings, please subscribe to my channel. I do 2 a week. You go into the draw to win a half-hour private reading with me. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.